Dan, I'm making a quick video here to show you how to map the dealer feeds, and normally what I would go through to do that. So that being said, I'll jump right into it. Right now we don't have a link for this because it's not something I think many people should have access to. But really, if you just went to admin/feed, you'll see here's everybody's feed and the last time it processed. This is every single file. At some point we'll probably want to clean this up. But that being said, you can see here is red lines. And if I click this link right here, I should get the actual CSV to download. So I'll go into that file, and here it is. So this is what they uploaded and what we parsed. You can see there's no map yet because it just says uploaded. So normally what I do is I start by adding a row and make sure you zero index these, meaning start at 0, and go right. Oops, wrong way. For as many columns as you have, because we're essentially going to be mapping the column number to the paper shop data point. So that being said, there's everything I have. So I have 0 to the max number of columns. Normally what I do is I'll start with another feed that correctly parsed, and I'll just copy their mapping. So let's start with that and go to Gibbons on this one. So I will paste in that mapping I took from somebody else, and what I'm going to do now is just look through this file and map what I want. So that being said, this file did have headers. You can see dealer ID type stock, so that's true. It's a CSV. The way you can tell that is by opening up the file itself in any type of text editor, and you can see that all the values are comma separated. That's all CSV means. So it's comma separated. The images themselves, which I don't know if this one has images. The delimiter for those would be what we would put here. Usually it's spaces, sometimes it's commas, but it looks like this feed does not have any images. So for that part, I'm just going to let that go for now. So then the next column that we're looking for here is the business column, which would be Gibbons Ford. So it looks like, normally that's number 1, so 0. This is just one dealer, which is Gibbons Ford, so I'm just going to remove to one mapping. And if you ever see these little red bars, that means you have an invalid JSON string, which is spelled like that. If you ever have that and you hit save, the mapping is guaranteed to fail. So you want to make sure. You can see that there's not a comma. A comma does not need to be there because there's only one business. So if I remove that, you can see. So what I next have to do is see if there's a specific business ID. It does not appear that there is in this one. So what I'm going to do is just use this column for that. Ideally, we'd want business column here to be the actual ID. So column 0 is giving me this, and then I just need to map that then here to our business and paper shop. So here's Gibbons Ford. If I click on edit, you'll see their business ID come right in the title there. So I copy that, map their business ID, and then go back, and this is where we can make the title. Each one of these will have a space. So for title, I usually do year, make, model, body, trim. So it would be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So and we need one more. And again, you'll see there's an error here. It's because this doesn't have a comma. So that would give us the title 2013 Ford Econoline full-size cargo van commercial. So then the unique ID would be the VIN. So we're going to go with column 3 here, which is actually 4. I just want to make sure you realize that column 0 is 1. So this is the number 3. Then there's category parent and child, which would be parent is Ford, child is Econoline, so 5 and 6. price. Close these files. Price should be here somewhere. I'm always using selling price, so that's number 15. And you can see again, as long as you copy what we already have, you can see that this price will now have a comma separated value. So then we can build a description for the web. Normally, if these guys have a long description field, I've been using that. It looks like these guys don't have that much here, so I'm going to use 18 because it looks like it has, at least a decent description. So this looks like this last one I had did not have a description field like that, which is why I was making 6 or 7 fields into one description. But since this does have a description, I'm going to put 18. And what this modifier, which I'm going to remove and show you on the next one, what this does is it says if I take column 9, I'm going to add a comma after it. So this is very helpful in the description book, since that's a lot of what you do. You don't necessarily want just spaces. So it's going to put the value of column 9, comma, value of column 13, comma. So for the book, we probably don't want to use that field since it's so long. However, it seems like you may have agreements with some of these guys if they ever do go in the book. So for now, I'm just going to use column 18 for the book too, since it was comma separated for this specific scenario. Sorry about that. I was about to get cut off by the trial period on this screen share software. But anyway, where I left off was showing a description book. So this specific one, again, does not have images that I see, so we can actually just remove this whole piece. And actually, now that I think back, I should probably have removed this too, since this does not have images. So then, again, the next one that I see from what I have here is VIN. And anything from here down after description book, whatever I title this is what it'll come through as the optional tags on PaperShop. So I'm trying to think of a specific dealer here, but that would be where you get these options here. So you can pretty much put anything or do anything you want here. So for VIN, we're probably going to want that, so I'll put number 3 because it matches column number 3. I don't see color anywhere. Oh yeah, I do. Here's exterior color and interior color, so I always put those here. 11, 12. And I did not see an options field here other than the description, which I don't know that I would consider that option, so I'm just going to leave that blank for now. But another one that I can add instead of that would be transmission, which is number 13. So again, I can easily put any value I want here. Transmission, anything else that you really want to map can easily go into this. So that's really all that goes into mapping a file. Once you have one to start from, it's usually pretty easy. This one is weird because it doesn't have images, so you just have to be careful what you're copying from. I'll try to give you all the required options on the left side here, so you'll know, but any of these optional ones, it's pretty much, you're giving a title to any column in a spreadsheet. Again, just remember that you always start at 0, and I think you'll be good to go. So that being said, I'm going to look through this one more time. Has headers, comma separated, business is in 0, inside 0 is Gibbons Ford, and that's what's mapping into the PaperShop ID for that business. These columns are for the title. The unique identifier is the field that we need to be able to pull every day, which we're always trying to use VIN for that, but just in case you can use anything that's unique. Parent child is just Ford Mustang, for example. The price, the modifier just separates the price by a comma. Description web, book, VIN. Yep, so we look good here. I have no errors showing in this column down the side, so I just hit save, and then that will send it to the mapper. So now if I just go back a page to the feed, in a few minutes this will come around and you'll see it in a lighter green saying processing. If it stays in that processing state for more than a few hours, it probably means that something went wrong with your mapping. And you'd probably want to let us know or go check your mapping, but other than that, you'll see this green processed every day, and that's a good thing. So there's not too much that goes into it once you know what you need to do, and I will write the how-to up and push it out.